Yeah.
Hey everybody. Well, I was starting this detox, and according to the article about it, I was supposed to take 2 teaspoons of each of the products, and there would be spirulina, and it would be Atlantic dulce, cilantro, barley grass, and wild blueberries from Maine, organic. All of it is organic. And, I was drinking it, you know, directly into my mouth, and I mixed it up with beer, and it got all foamy, and it looked like a chemistry experiment. And I quickly found out that that was not really the best idea to ingest it like that, and I got suggestions of making, um, mix it with pineapple, whatever. But my wife was smart. She's always smart. She went out in Sprouts. You can hear.
Pull it up, because I don't think they want to see you in your undies.
Oh, so she bought some empty capsules that you can fill yourself, and I made, I think, 300 pills. And according to the article, there was these 2 teaspoons each. So I divided that up because I'm out driving, not home every day. So I made for a whole week's use, and that actually turned out to be 30 pills a day. And first day was okay. Second day, I felt weird in my head, kind of like I was on but yet off, in a sense. And on my third day, I was so off in my brain. Apparently, I don't know. Maybe something is happening up in my skull, that the metals are being extracted from my tissue. And over an 8-year period, I've been, gradually used to being sprayed like I'm a bug from airplanes. I am used to eating GMO food. I am used to drink fluoridated water. I am used to pretty much anything that can poison you. And I didn't come from an environment where that kind of stuff takes place. Um, so I managed actually on the third day being so much off that I got on my clock in my truck 2 minutes before I illegally could do so, and that screwed up my entire day. I talked to my sweet wife about it, and she suggested that I should cut down the doses. So next day I took 15, and now I'm down to 10. And I can say something that probably my wife can speak about. That is, sometimes you go on the toilet, right? We all go on the toilet, but it's not to be nasty. A lot of people have gallbladder problems. When I've been out eating fast food, uh, home and eating some place out in town, it doesn't take me 10 minutes before I have to fly to a toilet because something ain't right. That has completely subsided. I have normal, what do you call it, excrements, if you like. And I also noticed that before I started this, and that's something my wife was speaking to a lot, and she didn't like the color of my urine. It was too yellow. The color of my urine now is almost like it's water. There's hardly any color in it. And I got solid turd. And I feel spiffy. And my wife especially, and she can speak to that if she like, has had some serious issues with her gallbladder. And she's on this trip with me, detoxifying our body.
Yeah.
And she's having the same result.
I have been having problems with my gallbladder for 4 years now?
Yeah.
And they were wanting to remove it. They said I had a strawberry gallbladder. But things happened. We moved and didn't have the money for the surgery. So anyway, I was running to the potty probably 20 to 30 times a day with pure fluorescent yellow diarrhea, which is gallbladder bile. And I started taking these pills. I was taking 25 a day starting out.
Yeah, you took 25.
And I only run to the bathroom now 3 times a day. And they're semi-solid, but no more of the yellow diarrhea. So whatever the seaweed stuff is, it's definitely helping big time in my intestines.
And you told me something else, that is that there's some stuff in the seaweed that kills off these bacteria, these parasites that you have in your intestinal tract, which is probably induced by the food we eat and the chemtrails we've been sprayed with. And it kills it off and replaces it with the right bacteria, flora that you need to have in your intestines for a normal digestion system. So after a week's use, I only got positive results.
Same here.
So I can only encourage you out there who either want to detox, just stay clear of the heavy metals that we are being forced fed from the air we breathe. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
People with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, gallbladder disease. I mean, I've done research on the seaweed stuff, and it is a miracle, pretty much, on what it does, especially with your intestines.
Well, we can go to a place like Asia. They're pretty healthy people. They're living healthy, but what is part of their diet is seaweed. And it's been like that for thousands of years in Asia. They are eating seaweed, and they know that there's something very beneficial in it. It kills off bad bacteria, replace them to those bacteria that you need to have in your intestinal tract. Meaning that you will have a normal digestion, and you will have a normal, feces, if you like. A normal, what do you call it, stool? Or
Yeah.
Stool, yeah. Oh, it fell on the floor. Okay, it's okay. And now I'm upside down.
I'm sorry.
Like that. It's fine. Well, the world is upside down. You can agree to that.
Yeah.
But I can assure you it is really good. And then a little commercial here. You see this thing here? It's 40 million volt. It's a flashlight and a taser at the same time. It's a very nice little thing. I never hope to use it, but I can assure you, if it is being used, they're gonna squeal. And I'm gonna empty the friggin' battery in them. Period.
No.
Stay off me.
Anyway, this stuff is great. Don't take too much of it, because you can get iodine poisoning, which I think Henning was probably suffering from.
I think that's what happened. I was completely off. I mean, I could focus on my driving, but the small task of calculations, my hours and stuff like that, man, what am I doing today? Oh man, I cannot figure this out.
Yeah.
But I feel fine now. Yeah. Oh, another thing that has nothing to do with it. I'm being complained that my equipment for my desk cam recording is not good enough. This is my camera mount. I did a modification because, never mind the details. This is a 10 megapixel Logitech C910. And in front of it I got a polarized Ray-Ban sunglass. And that's why I can get these spectacular videos. So there's nothing wrong with the quality here. It is sublime quality. Just watch. The reason for why I'm doing it, recording, is to show you what's going on in the sky during my driving, But I'm also doing it so Texas Hammer or Brian Longcart, those lawyers
Trolls.
that wants to make money on truck accidents. I'm going to stick this right up in the nose of one of their lawyers there and see, this is what your client did. See how the judge liked that. So I'm actually protecting myself. I have it on camera what happened. But I also have on camera what's going on in the sky. And that's pretty much it, I have to say. Do you have anything to conclude it with?
No, just keep eating seaweed.
Yeah.
Stuff's miracle cure.
Yeah, I will, underneath the video in the show more box, I will put in the links. So if you feel like it, you can get on it yourself. I can only say I got good results.
Me too.
So over and out.
Over
God
and
bless you.
out.
But my wife was smart. She's always smart. She went out in Sprouts. You can hear
Pull it up.
wild blueberries from Maine, organic. All of it is organic. And I was drinking it, directly into my mouth, and I mixed it up with beer, and it got all foamy, and it looked. Take 2 teaspoons of each of the products, and there would be Spirulina, and it would be Atlantic Dulce, cilantro, barley grass, and
Yeah.
hey everybody. Well, I was starting this detox, and according to the article about it, I was supposed to like a chemistry experiment, and I quickly found out that was not really the best idea to ingest it like that, and I got suggestions of making mix it with pineapple, whatever.